Yeah. I'll be back in 2 seconds.
Is it going?
Yeah, it's going.
Okay. So my brother's probably gonna go pee, but this is Jiu-Jitsu for people who don't want to get injured, I guess. This is just how I'm gonna not get injured in Jiu-Jitsu. Because in order to get really good at Jiu-Jitsu, you have to do it for a long time. You gotta do it a lot. And in order to do that, it works best if your body is functioning properly. You can make yourself do it with a body that is not functioning properly, but it will lead to further dysfunction and be very painful. So I don't recommend doing jiu-jitsu with a body that isn't working properly. That is simply inadvisable. You should get your body to work properly. So one way doing that, like push-ups, kettlebells, or like doing bridges like I'm a baby trying to roll over, and just rocking back and forth, bridge over. There's all sorts of things like that. Wait, move the camera back.
No, I mean, if we're just doing it right here for now. This is...
No, I just want like I don't want like necessarily a close-up. I mean, this is just... The main focus is not filming this. The focus is us training jiu-jitsu. It's just more so the fact that I'm going to have to go over a lot of details that might as well be filmed because they're going to benefit a lot of people, including us. And it's like we're going to wish it was filmed because there have been points in time where I'm like, wow, I really wish that I had this film. So it's all... The basis for my strength and conditioning is just like calisthenics throughout the day of all sorts. So you have to be really fit for this to work, but let's get to it. So I'm going to work with you on... So we're just going to work on side control and escape. So again, bottom side control. And we're just going to work on... Because this is good principles. We got to get the principles established. Because there's a whole system based on principles. And you don't really understand the principles yet. But you will. So, side control. I want to get a tighter side control. Underhook here. Grab tricep. Knee in. And I kind of just drive my lat into your sternum. Because that's strength into weakness. And then from here, I would clear that arm if you want to keep that there. I guess I could potentially leave that. But I'd come in and crunch up and then crystal ball around. Though I would need that to be over. So if your hand's there, I would stay here in side control, keeping that up. And if this arm is here and I have the shallow underhook, then I would separate your head and shoulder, keep my weight right over you, remove all the light, and then I would start kind of like leaning up to get my knee onto your belly. And the whole time I would kind of keep the shotgun arm bar here. And I'd be working to mount would be my lowest risk, highest percent chance of attack. Though if his posture is not completely compromised, what I would do is I would start moving through north-south. So from here I would come in, reconsolidate, and like attack breathing. I mean, but yeah, I mean, this is not about... We're not going to get into the attacks though. So this is just... Because the main idea of this is basically I can have as much time to work on my attacks as I want if I get my escapes down and my transitions down. Like right now I'm in top side control. It's like, wow, I'd sure love to be able to instantly submit it. Maybe I could. Maybe there's a shotgun armbar here. Maybe there's like a bolt cutter choke I could hit. Maybe there's the frickin' arm triangle. I get my head down here and I wrestle for an arm triangle. Maybe I pop up to knee on belly and then he makes a mistake from knee on belly, and then I guillotine or something. You know what I mean? There's all this stuff I could work on, but look at this guy. He's not a little bitch. I can't just kill him immediately. I'm going to need a lot of practice in this position to get good at murdering this man. So how am I going to get that, you know? Because now let's reverse this. Get on top of me in side control. This is the issue.
I was going to get you some bridges.
No, you are, but I'm working on the principle of this. I want to capture the principle of this. So the principle of this is, like I'm showing, I'm like, this is what we're working on here. It's like, why are we doing these specific drills? I'm not just doing these drills for no fucking reason.
I'm not even in position yet.
You get the same position you got me in. This nice elbow here, keeping a little bit of weight off, you know? Get your shallow underhook.
No, I had to do this deep. I gave you this deep.
Just get it deep. I'm not fighting. Just get it deep technically. So he's using, look at this guy. He's a monster. Like, how am I going to get practice attacking him? I mean, oh my God. He's freaking killing me, you know what I mean? So it's like, if I'm spending all my time here, how am I ever going to get enough time on top of him to get good at effectively murdering the guy? It's not going to work. You know, we need a system that solves the problem of like let me just try, don't let me get up, you know, just don't like kill me, but just don't let me get up, you know?
Actually try to stop you?
No, I mean, just you listen to what I'm saying, you kind of play your part. So like, let me just like I'm gonna just okay. So just like, I'm gonna kind of like feign getting up. I'm gonna do a bunch of things in a way that I'm not actually expecting you to let me do it, but I'm gonna just show how they don't work. Like, let me just show how certain things don't work. Okay, let me just stand up. Okay, I can't stand up. Let me roll to my belly. Prevent me from rolling to my belly. Wow. Not going to be able to easily roll to my belly. Let me just shove him off me. Okay, don't let me do that. No, he's not going to let me do that. So I got to get a system involved for getting this guy off of me, whereby I can actually practice systematic. That was not easy. That was the result of a lot of work that I've done well over a decade of practicing grappling to get to the point where I can create just enough space to get his weight off of me, enough to create just enough space more to get his weight off me, enough to just create a bit more space. Like, it's not easy. And if you've been trying to submit me or advance positions, that would have been even harder. So that's what we're working on fundamentally, is like, how do we spend more time on top and less time on the bottom without getting injured? So I'll just get on top of it again. I'm going to show basically how I did that. And we're just going light. We're just going really, really light, because this is just purely about principles. But basically, I'm here, so it's like, what are my options? You know what I mean? Like, what can I do? Because he's got my arm up here, so there's a difference between this position and, wait, let go of me for a second. And let me get my hands in here. So now, reestablish the position you just had with my arms like this.
I wouldn't go for that position.
But just reestablish it.
Okay. I'm never going to hit that position with your arms like that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this, in subsets, is a form of guard. If I have denied armpit control,
Then there's not side control.
then there's no pin, effectively. Like, the pin, there's kind of a pin,
No.
but, like,
Hips.
not really. I mean, like, cradles and stuff. Like, if you break my posture, but without, like, a cradle, without some sort of... You need other kinds of control. So, basically, get me in side control. So, it's like, if I can get to there, there's no problem. If I can get to there, there's no problem. Now, what's the other position I can get to is, let me get just, like, the bottom knee in. I'm just going to put the bottom knee in. Let's just look at the position.
You want to rotate?
Yeah, sure. Rotate. So, So without the arm, I don't know if you ever did it again. I can't really. So I got the long torso and the short legs, so that's not gonna happen, I guess. So basically, the only way I'm getting out of this position is if I can like reestablish some form of guard, get on my side, roll him over. So rolling him over is honestly a really good option for a lot of guys in jiu-jitsu, because a lot of guys suck at pinning. He's not one of them, but a lot of people suck. So you could just kind of like time a bridge and just like, he just knows exactly how to shut it down. So that's his move, so you can see. So he knows how to shut this down. So like if I try to bridge and roll him, I mean, I could like try to destroy my back and like, I could try to like frickin' not do anything else for the next 2 hours or like we get bridge out of here, but it's basically not happening, basically. So my other option is some form of regard, some form of like I have to get my posture back, basically. There's just an order of operations involved in this. This is kind of the basis of the solo drills, is this order of operations. So right now, this hand, the first thing I'm going to kind of do is just so just kind of let me escape, but don't like give me anything, just let me get it. So I show like how I escape. So this is really good side control. First thing I'm doing is a blocking mount, as always, because if he gets to mount, that's even worse. Now we can directly crush my breathing even more. So I try to get this hand in. I get this hand in, and then I'm going to start creating some space. So if you don't let me get the hand in, like keep this, like your chin like super tucked, and then kind of like turn my head with your shoulder and pull this shoulder down. So now I'm going to try to get the hand in, kind of press your head, like put your ear like right next to my ear almost. And kind of like use your head and shoulder to kind of hug my head and like talk my head. Yeah, I'm just fucked. So yeah, I'm just fucked. Like when he does that, I'm just fucked. Like I can't get this hand in at all. So now what I need to do is I need to regain some form of posture. And this is just the only thing I know that ever works. So I'm just going to show you. And the basic thing, the whole time I'm doing this, I'm also just waiting for him to attack mount. Because if he attacks mount at any point in time and I like go to attack mount, I can potentially roll him if he commits to attacking mount. So at any point in time when he goes to attack mount, I'm waiting for that to immediately roll. And I'm kind of keeping my hips. You see, so I'm using my legs. My legs are active. I'm defending myself with my legs, because this could also get a whole lot worse at any second too. So this is a really great position to illustrate the fundamentals of jiu-jitsu, because he's got an obvious goal: submit me or go to mount, and there's a lot of ways he could do that. I've got an obvious goal: get him the fuck off me, because this sucks, and I got a whole bunch of ways of doing that. And that's sort of like, this is sort of like the battleground where jiu-jitsu is like fought. Like if you get experienced people here, they get out of here. But if you get like inexperienced people here, you're experienced, you get them. And the reason is understanding these sorts of things. Like this is why this position is like, experienced people don't give a fuck about being caught in side control, and inexperienced people get murdered from side control all the time. It's like, this is really the difference, is these subtle little details, because once everyone's in shape and once everyone knows everything, it all comes down to decision making. So it's your ability to make these decisions in a split second. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to sunrise. So I just try to connect my elbow to, like, my bicep to my ear. I'm kind of just forming a connection. I kind of push in, and that doesn't work, but I can pull my elbow into this space now. Now I've got my elbow actually. So I'm going to do that again. So if you're up here, and this just always works. Like there's a bunch of reasons why this works, and frankly I forget them all, and I'm going to remember them and share them in later videos. And we're going to get into a lot of the fundamental principles of why these positions work. But in order to do that, we've both got to get a lot better at them. And in order to do that, we got to do a lot of drills. So this is the basis of the drills that we're going to use to build the understanding that will allow us to do the next set of drills making this Jiu-Jitsu Skills and Drills episode 1. So, without further ado, I'm going to sunrise. I'm trying to connect. And then I create a little bit of space, and then I roll back into that space. And now I have this elbow in. I can get his weight off me, and I can get a knee in here. But like, let's say that doesn't work. Like, let's say I can't get this elbow back in. And I'm like, oh no, sorry, sunrise. And I can't get the elbow back in. Now what I can do is I can do another bridge and then come in. And basically my goal at this point is to get my frames in place. Like, I just need my frames in place first. If I can get my guard back at the same time, that's great. If I can't get my guard back at the same time, it's just about those frames. It's just about literally frames. Once I get the frames in place, he is going to 100% start attacking these frames and trying to pin me down, and then I'm going to have to start reestablishing my guard and doing all my bridging and shrimping and stuff. But this is the basis of it. The basis is getting my defenses back in place, because like, there is no jiu-jitsu defense. Like, get me in like an absolute fuck. Give me the fuck versus side control.
Oh.
Your ankles getting sore?
Yeah, they're just being flat while you're talking.
Well, that's what I mean. This is
conditioning.
conditioning. So it's like, give me a fuck versus side control. It's like, there is no defense from this point. It's like, what defenses do I have? Like, nothing. What decisions can I make? Nothing. I mean, one thing I do is that you reach in here and you kind of try to strip this a little bit. And then that kind of opens up. Like, I'm kind of ratcheting and just kind of like pulling this crossing. So I pull and then I pull this down. It just kind of creates a little bit of space for you to breathe. Just enough. And then I go sunrise and then elbow. And then like get this hand in here. And then once I start here, now this is where the real battle begins. So now just kind of go like let me show the principle, but just don't like let me, you know what I mean? Just kind of just go really light, you know what I mean? Like, okay. So try to hold me down, like just hold me down. I'm gonna kind of show the escape in slow motion. So once we're here and I have my frames in place, it's like my leg guard has been passed, but my upper body, it's semi-pinned, you know what I mean? Like, he's got an underhook on this side. He does have armpit control. I'm going to give that back to you in a second, but, like, let me get my arm in. You see, I have to, like, hack to let me. So if my arm was, like, here, you see, like, there's actual difference. Like, I have to, like, move your arm. You have to move this arm. You see, I have to, like, let him move the arm, because I can't reestablish the connection. That's the problem, is it's, like, real separation. Once this is in place, now there's less control, but he's got the underhook. Like, he's got, so I have the frame, but get the underhook. So, like, I've got the frame, but he's got the underhook. So the underhook, the frame allows me to do this, but the underhook allows him a lot of control as well. So now once we're here, what I'm then going to do is, and then, like, grab my head, grab my head.
I'd probably try to drop down and then come hit me on top. Just stay on top. I mean, you have to open up eventually. Well,
No, I
come
don't.
here.
That's the whole point of the style, is they actually don't have to open up
Oh,
ever.
that's fine. I'm still on top.
No, that's the thing. Like, I don't really mind being in side control if he doesn't have underhooks, because he can't effectively put his weight on me.
Oh.
So now, once we're here, this is how you start escaping. So this is literally it. Once you're here, this is the point of the solo drills. This is actually, I'm glad we're doing this. So once you're here, he doesn't have any way of controlling me besides his weight placement. He doesn't have strong dominant connections besides his weight placement. So this is the whole point. It's like, okay, I may not always be able to escape. Like, if you get a big, strong dude who knows what he's doing to put me in the side control like that, I may not always be able to escape. I may just be stuck there. But if you get that same big, strong dude and you put him on top of me in north-south, like, I can always, like, okay, so judo, you can win by ippon, by pin, or by submission. Let's say I'm being thrown. Like, let's just say, like, I'm going against, like, a top-tier judoka. I can let him throw me and survive the throw. I can let him pin me and survive the pin. Like, let's say I feel the throw coming. You know what I do? Like, let's say I'm like, oh shit, he's got... This is literally the point of jiu-jitsu. Right here. And Jason, pay attention. This is why I'm recording this. So, like, we can both watch this and like, you can watch it too. Because this is the point of jiu-jitsu. Like, this is why jiu-jitsu is a superior grappling art. That's actually what we should probably call this. Or, like, I'll just call it jiu-jitsu if people don't want to get injured. But then they'll get the surprise reward of knowing why jiu-jitsu is a superior grappling art. So, jiu-jitsu is a superior grappling art to all other grappling arts. Because... let's say we're equally good at everything else. Like, I have amazing takedowns. He's got amazing takedowns. I've got amazing pins. He's got amazing pins. I'm in amazing shape, and I'm a monster. He's in amazing shape, and he's a monster. We're both absolute beasts with complete killer instinct. The second I feel him achieve dominant Kazushi on me for a throw, because we're both super freak beasts with killer instinct, he's got to throw me, pin me, and submit me. I've got to protect my arms and protect my head, basically, and regain balance. Regain some sense of control. So the second, so like, let's say, so let's actually like go to like being double legged. So let's get neutral. I'm going to show this from neutral. Because this is like really the whole purpose of this system is like to allow you to do jiu-jitsu without getting injured. So like get in neutral. So just double leg me. Like just kind of double leg me slowly. So just like double leg me slowly and then go straight into a submission. You see, like, he can't go, if I just completely surrender the double leg, completely surrender the pin, he can't immediately injure me. And I'm protecting my ribs. So if I play a specific kind of jiu-jitsu game, then I can avoid getting injured. And I'm going to get more into that when I get back. I got to pee quickly. But this is basically the reason for this whole tree is like, this is how you do things. This is how you make decisions to prevail.
See, I'm wondering, say this is his legs, which is my dummy for shooting on. You know, you come here, shoot the double, smack it down kind of, and then kind of fold it back with the straight ankle. So I'll try that on him. And granted, this is a pool noodle dummy, so it's not going to be as lightweight. Come up, up.
Yes.
So let me try this.
Wait, actually, I don't want this one. Wait, so what do you want to try?
I just want to try something.
Is this filming?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, what do you want to try then? Tell me, because I'm
It's a submission off of the double.
It's a what?
Submission off the double. Okay.
I'm going to defend though, so like, don't like hit it at 1,000,000 miles an hour. What do you think? No, I mean this is good. Let's do that again. I want to say.
That's what I called.
So go. Okay, wait. So what I would have to do here? This is actually good. He's highlighting a point. So he's hitting the double. Let's say he has dominant position right now. I mean, I could probably hit like counters and chin whips and stuff. But let's say my pure goal is just defense and not engaging on anyone else's terms. What I would then start doing, give the back, roll, and then to here. Because again, that's kind of the thing is, you have to make decisions very quickly to avoid getting submitted. Because that was correct. Like, I rolled to my back too quickly, so I gave up too much, and in the interim, he submitted me.
Try that again.
And that's it. I mean, this is the whole point of this whole thing is to find these instances, because I have to do that. It doesn't matter how good I am. I hit that double on me, I'm going to go straight to my back. So I'm going to go straight to my back and then defend. It doesn't matter. He's just in on it before I can do it because I went straight to my back. But now let's do it again. So actually, let's do it like a second time. So I'm going to try to defend, but I'm going to my back again. So come in. Ooh. Oh no, he's in. Ah, a little slower. Yeah. Ow.
I got you in the butt.
Yeah, right this elbow.
That's not too bad. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So exactly, it's like I can't really. You want to move slower though, because the whole point is to show. So do it again, but slowly. Like show it's the principle. So I'm gonna go straight to my back. Try to. It's too late. Like one, if I go straight to my back foot now, we go double leg. I give up wrestling's referees as sort of an intermediate. I give up referees. So this is the thing. Like referees exist in between neutral and being pinned. It's actual.
Hand from the choke.
This is actually why referees exist as a position because it's the interim room between pin and go. But again, I can create space. I'm on top. I can start moving. If you go back to referees, even if he has dominant position in referees, I can then immediately pin myself, keeping my elbows in, and then use the elbows in to create space. And it's basically.
That's how you throw people to your pin using Kessa.
In order to kill people, you need to basically take them down and pin them. Like in order to reliably kill someone.
What about Kessa? How are you gonna give it up?
Someone has to concede a high degree of neutral connection in order to hit a.
Good. If I headlock you.
But how are you gonna headlock me?
No, just let me get the headlock.
This is a good idea. No, this is the point.
No, how you?
I'm never gonna let you get the headlock. That's my main thing. Is like I will never.
So you'll concede the double to not give the headlock.
Yes,
okay.
Like, I'm never gonna just tie up. So if you're, this is what the Japanese did. This is how the Japanese won a lot of Olympic gold medals. So if you're going to tie up with me, I just keep my elbows in and I just break connection. Nope. Like this is how the Japanese won Olympic gold. Just you're not fucking tying up with me. Whoop whoop, and then they just practice their footwork. And then they tire you out that way. And that's another thing I'm going to be working on.
How do you practice that footwork? Why don't we just do that quick?
How do you practice the footwork? So, we're going to get into that. The footwork is kind of...
They were good.
Okay, so is it still going?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just wanted to make sure that...
So how we do the footwork is all off of... We're basically, so we're trying to win, and this is the whole point, this is why I wanted to catch this is why I want to do this, because it's all principle based. We're trying to win ADCC. So this is based on our ADCC goals because in some sense, all combat is situation specific. Like, if you don't know you're going to be attacked, you can't really prepare for it. So that's I can't tell you how to be prepared for like what you're unprepared for in some sense. But like, let's say, assuming you have a reasonable understanding of the threat you're facing, your combat readiness is simply your ability to prepare yourself for the threat. We're preparing our bodies and minds for the specific threat of ADCC because to do so trains our capacity to train ourselves for any situation. Because ADCC is controlled enough with enough chaos. There's reasons why we choose that as another video. But this is all going to be reasoned from the fact that I want to stay in the fight as long as possible because that gives me the greatest chance of winning. The easiest way to stay in the fight as long as possible is to be really good at Jiu-Jitsu. So they have to like not be injured. I have to train in a way that makes me not injured. So the way I train, the way I perform have to have some sort of symbiosis. And it's like, well, I have to have a way to get good at this. And that's like me training with him in the basement. Like, there's like layers to this. And it's like, well, I have to have a way to like get good enough at this that I can then apply this to situations at open mats and stuff so I can practice more principles of jiu-jitsu because I can get knowledge from the internet. I can just go look up instructionals. So knowledge now isn't a barrier. I can look up world championship matches, so decision making isn't a barrier. I can see which strategies win and which strategies lose. So really, the only barrier to winning an ADCC medal is going to be getting injured, getting submitted quickly by someone who's just super good at submission systems. So I have to be able to anticipate everything. I have to have a system that anticipates everything, and I have to have a way to use that system to not get injured and make my opponent predictable so I can stay in the game long enough to get practice. And the best defense is a good offense, so I should be able to work really good offense. And that's why when I was like on top of him in side control, I'm like, look, I have to have a lot of time in this position to get good enough offense to have that be a suitable defense to the point where it makes my adversaries hesitant. Because an unhesitant adversary is one who will certainly triumph. So basically I have to have all these criteria met. And what I basically realized is, like, I went back to foundational principles.
What'd you do with this?
Oh, is it grow?
When you're to the
Wait,
bathroom.
I'm almost done with it. No, I'm almost done. Almost done. No, being disrupted. So I had to get back to foundational principles. I was like, well, why did leg locks work? Okay, leg locks worked because no one was practicing leg locks. I'm like, okay, so jiu-jitsu, Gordon is right. Like, people basically suck at jiu-jitsu because they weren't even practicing a major part of the game. So I'm like, what other major parts of the game aren't people practicing? And like, is there something that's being neglected? And I think people don't really focus on the back enough because they don't know how to, like, get the back. Like, there's a whole, like people, no one's working jiu-jitsu to its potential. What?
I was reading the book of 5 Rings. Well, actually, I was listening to the Jocko podcast on it. And he's like, don't like one of your tools too much. I'm like, I don't necessarily agree with that, because even in wrestling, I had the back, and I just got good enough that I always got the back. And like, I could guarantee that if I make it to the second period, I can choose top, and then every single person I went with, I was able to get boots on, and then my power half was so deadly, I'd pin them all. So that's what I did. And I mean, in the book 5 Rings, they don't like favor one sword over another, but it's like in jiu-jitsu, tire them out, take the back, rear naked. And on the way there, you can try other submissions, but like,
this is basically
that's the highest percentage.
Yeah, that's actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because that is literally like, I've studied the game a lot. It's like, and this is even what I found works for me. It's like, if you want to beat someone, it's like, take them down, pin them, flatten them, because when you flatten someone, it's hard to breathe, and then they get tired. And then once they're tired, take their back and submit them from the back. Like, that's like the high. And then, like, basically while you're doing that, they'll give up everything else. So basically, and this is the problem you run into, is people get really good defensively and stuff. So it's like, because other people can do this too, and they do this, but people don't focus on it like lunatics, like he and I are going to. Because again, like, we have other business things we do. We have, like, I have a family, I have health problems. We have other goals and stuff besides just jiu-jitsu. So in order for us to win ADCC, we have to, like, 80-20, 80-20, 80-20, 80-20, 80-20, 80-20 this shit. And this is me doing that. So get, like, on top of me and... No, not yet. We can bring up the other video or something. We'll do more of this. Like, it's cool.
Low single here, explode, circle leg.
I don't even need to... I just do that while I'm shadow wrestling. Like, I don't...
Yeah, but...
That doesn't move. The people in my head move, you know? Like, get more schizophrenic.
What do you want?
So get on top of me with these when I have these. Like, just get on top. Just get on top. Not mount, but just get on top. Or even get on mount, whatever. Like, just get on top. Get on top head. So he is on top. So once we're here, like, this is basically where every grappling... Like, why does grappling beat striking in, like, an infinite fight? Like, in, like, a no time limit fight, grappling beats striking. Because inevitably, you got to touch the guy. And once you touch the guy... The striker wants to get the hell out of there. The grappler's like, we can keep doing this. And then they end up winning. Because the striker wants to do two things. He wants to hit you and disengage. The grappler just wants to do one. He just wants to engage. So it's like, it's easier to do one thing than two. So therefore the grappler wins. Okay. Why does jiu-jitsu beat all other grappling styles? Has anyone answered that? They're like, well, submissions, this is why jiu-jitsu beats all other grappling styles. You can take me down. You can ippon me. I've been ipponed. You can pin me. My shoulders are both flat on the ground. But unless you can submit me, then you haven't demonstrated the ability to kill me. Because from here, I can still move. Like, I can actually move. And if I can move, again, you brought Book of 5 Rings, like Musashi says, like, avoid binding, like, mobility is the way to life. There's a lot of reasons for this, but the basic thing is, if you can't go the extra step that judo and wrestling don't require, like, it's just one additional insight. The additional insight is
The
basically
fight
like
doesn't end when you're on your back.
yeah, like the fight does not actually end. It's like this is the one move that I think actually like makes jiu-jitsu. Like it's like literally, it's like bridge on my side, shrimp. That's jiu-jitsu. It's like, because it doesn't take that much energy to do that, and I can even come back in. And so I put it back in my guard. And now he's got to go all the way around my guard. And I didn't do that. So now you have to, like, do this. You do all this stuff. Or I can even just go, I'm back on my feet. Because he doesn't want to engage my guard. So it's like...
Engaging guard's stupid.
I got a good guard, is what he's saying. He doesn't know how to beat my guard.
Just engaging someone's guard is stupid.
No, there's a way to do it. We'll eventually get there, but we have a lot of work to do before I can... okay, this is my predicament. My predicament is I need training partners. So he's not allowed to go to jiu-jitsu gyms and go to open mats because they're going to fucking injure him. He's going to piss people off by being too good. And then I don't have a training partner, and then we can't do this. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just dumb. So it's like we need to get good enough at this that we can then use other people to, like, aura farm. And then we just keep doing that until we're in good enough shape to hit the grappling industries circuit. We do grappling industries, do all those.
6 months because I sprained my thumb.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So this is what I'm saying. Like, we have to, like, figure out how to
That guy was
practice.
actually just being a dick and trying to punish me because he lacked the competency, even though he was a black belt, of knowing what the fuck scarf hold was. And he thought I was crushing this, like, woman's body, where I was actually just, like, here, not even, like, pressuring in, but I was just here, lightly going, and then I got the arm, and I submitted her, and he's like, oh my god, you were, like, smashing her. I'm like, I went up to her, like, how did that round feel? Like, was I gentle? She's like, oh my god, you're so gentle, so respectful. He, being a black belt, couldn't understand any of this shit, and he thought I was smashing the fuck out of her, so he decided to try to rip my arm off for the fuck of it, because, I don't know, he's a tiny little dick, and he needs to make himself feel good somehow. So we go, and he proceeds to really try to rip my shoulders apart by hitting Kimuras and omoplatas as fast as he possibly can, and then telling me that there's no such thing as too fast while doing live in practice. And I'm like, doesn't the fucking wall say don't injure your training partner? And I'm having to use all my 10 years of grappling experience in order to have enough time to tap because of how fast he was trying to rip things off. And I'm not talking like gentle, I'm talking like when you tie up with someone, like he goes for an underhook, and just before he even gets the underhook, you're trying to yank that thing off. It's like not even a submission, like you're just yanking at shit and hoping that something goes. So I'm having to like defend myself in order to get enough time so when he does catch something, I can tap. Like I lock my hands together, hitchhiker escape, while yelling tap tap tap, because if I didn't, he would have busted my arm.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a combat sport, and there's danger to this. So another thing too is yeah, we got to get good, you know, because we also
Brazilian penis.
No, I know. I feel like also now that we're putting this on YouTube,
If you're
like
watching
they're
this,
tiny penis. Like now they're gonna come after us even more because they're gonna be like, it's just the cycle. You don't know who they are before you start rolling with them. So it's like I have to have a way of treating every training
normally
session
the person
like
that
it's
comes
live.
up to you after you've been to a new gym and you beat 2 or 3 of the people at the gym, and say you're going with like the brown belts and the purple belts, it's gonna be like the black belt guy that like he comes up to you right after and he's like, let's go, and he's gonna be fresh. You're not gonna be fresh because the round just ended and you're like maybe sitting down shaking hands with the other person, and he comes up right then, he's like, let's go, next round. And you're like, okay, that's the guy who's trying to fuck you up.
It's the art of war. That's why I like it. Like, I stopped playing chess when I realized that jiu-jitsu and wrestling took a lot more intelligence to get good at. Because it's really, like, not only do you have to navigate the sport itself and the art, but you have to navigate training in a way that doesn't get you injured.
It's like not losing to a robot. That's like, the fact that I can code a robot that would beat me in chess is like kind of... I mean, it's good for my coding ability, but it's like kind of sad for the fact of like, it's pretty.
That is the other reason.
It's pretty easy to code a robot to beat me in chess, and I'm like 1600 ranked, or at least I was last time I was playing. And I mean, I can just set, if I have a really good computer, I can set the analysis depth to 5. It is running a pretty basic algorithm, but because it's evaluating every single piece out to 5 iterations, is able to catch every single tiny blunder.
So that's actually there's a lot. So for neutral, we're gonna get to neutral eventually, but this is in order to get to neutral. Like neutral is really, and this is sort of get on top. This is what like Jiu-Jitsu realized. Jiu-Jitsu realized that neutral is a lot deeper of a concept than people realize. So if you're on top of me, if I have my what?
Just sweatpants.
Yeah. So if I have like there's like forms of guard. There's like there's head, hands, and hips. Those apply everywhere.
Sweatpants? They look like
they're bird dogs. I got them at TJ Maxx. They're comfy. I figured I'd wear them. Why are you?
Put a stitch in the pocket, maybe. I mean, just the way the fabric sticks out.
Yeah, we're just drilling that. So I figured.
Just the way.
Yeah, we're not gonna. So if you're like here, this is technically the last. So this is actually another good concept. I actually want to bring this up. He's doing it right. Good job. Another way to think about jiu-jitsu is imagine that neither of us had any legs or arms. Like, how would we do jiu-jitsu? How would we know who would win? Think about it. Like, what's your theory? Because it took me a while to figure it out.
What do you mean by like no legs and arms?
Like you have no legs. Like your legs stop. Like
at the hip or at the knee?
At the hip, and you have no arms. Like at the shoulder.
So all I can really do is this abdomen movement and twist.
Yes.
My neck.
Yes,
move.
and we both were. Yes, and we're both exactly the same. Like, how would we kill each other? Like, this is a good way to like start reasoning from first principles. It's like, okay, like fundamentally, the center of our body.
How seals kill each other, where we just like roll into each other and bonk heads until like someone stopped moving.
Okay, so how would we determine?
You ever see like big sea lions? They just go. Oh.
Okay, so what would determine who was able to more effectively head bonk or flop on the other person? Like, what positions would be the advantageous positions?
I mean, if
what
I'm,
position?
If I'm like head bonking, and instead of like head on head, if I go down more, and then you can take your forehead, like, and put it in the top of my head, then my forehead's harder than the top of your head.
Or even like your forehead's harder than my face. Exactly. So his ability to determine where he slams his face into my face determines things. I think also like now let's imagine we both have perfect timing. So it's like neither of us, because we're both absolute masters of fighting with no arms or legs. Because again, it's like you think about like fighting, like you have to like 80-20 this. It's like what's the 80-20 of human beings? It's the center of the body. You know what I mean? The neck and everything. So let's just imagine we only had body centers. This makes it so we don't need to change our training much if one of us loses a limb. Knock on fucking wood. That's not gonna freaking happen.
Knock on the wood.
But it makes it applicable to veterans, let's say. So this is the real benefit is that we're weak to warrior action. We're doing this for veterans, not that anyone's gonna lose any limbs. Veterans, I don't know, try to regrow limbs, see if you can figure that out. That would be a real cool trick. But basically, if we all had no arms or legs and we had perfect timing, so like imagine because it's like you go to head bonk me. So imagine you have no arms or legs, act like you have no arms or legs. So they go to head bonk me in slow motion. Go for it.
I had no arms. I have to roll over and go like that.
Yeah, exactly. You see, like I can make it miss. So it's like okay. So now that we've established that two masters of arm and legless fighting could still make each other miss. No, there's a principle behind this. It's fucking brilliant. Now, the only way for him to kill me is I take my lat.
You have no legs.
I take my lat. I know I couldn't. It would be really hard to do this if I didn't have legs. But I take my lat and I press my lat into his sternum and diaphragm until he gets too tired to breathe. And I just maintain this position for hours. And eventually you lose the ability to breathe. Because my lat doesn't need to breathe, but this area does.
You have no legs to pin you.
No, but we're imagining that I have absolutely perfect timing and you have absolutely perfect timing, so neither of us can change the position.
You set those legs up.
No, but it's obvious. I mean, you can get in the position. If you want to be in the position, you get in the position. But the point is that an armless and a legless man could kill another armless and legless man, even if they were both in peak physical condition and had perfect timing, by simply applying his lat to my center. If I basically apply my strength.
So you're saying put my lat there?
Yeah, like I would eventually I would like get too tired to keep breathing because it takes me more effort to breathe in this position than it does you. So I would eventually die of asphyxiation.
For people watching jiu-jitsu, I think the easier thing to put this, give me Kessa. Give me,
No, I'm not.
give me Kessa.
Scarful. Okay, we're not doing this.
No, but like you can just cook someone in Kessa.
No, you can, but that's not what this is about yet. We're getting to that in other videos. This is basics. We're talking about armless and legless men. Kessa is at least 3 levels above armless and legless men fighting each other with perfect timing.
Because they're like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
I'll explain why this is relevant. So let me get on top of you. So basically, the reason for this is because earlier we were in side control. So like, imagine, like, I'm in side control. He was defending really well. Like, I can't necessarily do anything to him. So this is a fundamental thing about fighting is like protect your center. What is your center and why do you protect it? So, like, his center is what he's using to breathe. It's this part of his body. My center, like, for some reason, like, our strength, my ability to apply strength is like here, but my vulnerable area is like here. Like, I don't want to get hit here in my solar plexus a lot. Like, that would kill me. I break my ribs and everything. I've taken force on my rib. My rib popped. It took me out of jiu-jitsu for a long time. You don't want force on your center. Like, you don't want... Anytime people apply force to you, like, that's what causes injuries in jiu-jitsu is force applied to the center. Boxing, force applied to the center. Like Floyd Mayweather, Philly Shell, defend the center. Why? Because let's say, like, he's defending perfectly, like, oh my god. What do? Immediately, I apply lat to center. I just start applying my lat to his center.
Off in 2 seconds.
I know, because we're going to move on from this because I don't want to injure you or tire you out because the point of this is instruction, not... Exactly. But the point is, the thing is I do in jiu-jitsu in order to advance position is like apply lat to center, ratchet. Apply lat to center, ratchet. You see how this is?
Yeah, because ratchet, you need a hook in order to ratchet.
Exactly. Underhook. I have the underhook. This is the thing, is I have to get the underhook and stuff. And there's ways to get people to give up the underhook. Like, I could apply my lat.
You're just ratcheting this arm up.
Anyway, I can spin and pin. I have a theory on, like, spinning and pinning to win.
What I'm saying is you're ratcheting the space under this wedge.
I'm just breaking your posture. I have to break posture in any way I can. I can break posture at the level of the legs. Breaking leg posture is like taking you down. There's lots of ways of breaking leg posture. There's posture, balance. Balance is actually posture. There's balance, connection, and capturing the head. I don't know. There's a few ways of winning. We're not even at those principles yet. I have those principles written down somewhere else. But, like, we're not even at those principles of... Actually, are we? Basically applying lat to center, coming up in here. So this is a lot of where the game is fought, is this ability, like, for him to get me off his center. So he gets me off his center, exactly, by getting to his side. Or by bridging and rolling me over. And the threat of those two things...
to do that once you push back into me.
Okay, so the only...
push back into me, I'm bridging to the other side, and we're going to roll.
Okay, the only basic 4 attacks there are in, like, grappling, or in combat in general, is pinning. I can pin an opponent down with gunfire. I can separate forces. I separate his arms from each other. I can flank him. I can take his back. Or I can essentially attack his center. Attack his center like that. And I can alternate between these things. Like, if I capture his head, or I can capture his head. If I capture his head, he can't breathe. If I attack his center, it's hard for him to breathe. If I separate his forces, it's hard for him to defend. If I take his back, it's hard to defend.
You can attack the air. You can attack the energy. I think that's a better conceptual way of putting it.
Attacking balance is really an attack on...
Balance is like flanking.
Or like the head. I mean, they're all kind of... They're interrelated. I'm actually kind of mapping this out.
I think balance, movement, breath, energy are the 4. If I can attack your balance, then I can get better positions, and then I can use that to attack your breath. I can use that to attack your movement. I can use that to attack your... I think we go balance, then movement, then energy, then breath is the order that you want to attack them.
I would agree with that, but I think balance and posture are the same thing. Like, your balance and the distance of your elbow from your arm.
Well, all takedowns are attacking the balance, and then you attack the movement by constricting the position and isolating, and then you attack...
Actually, I think there's really just attacks on... Because even disconnecting your forces is still an attack on balance. So there's really just attacking balance, and there's attacking the center. Because even attacking the center, you give up.
You're the center.
Okay, so like, let's say we're boxing. This is the thing. So like let's say like, this is what boxers do all the time. It's just if you attack my center, I give up the back.
battery. 30%.
Okay. Like, let's say you attack my center,
5, 10, 11.
then I will give up my back, basically. Like, successful attacks on my center cause me to give up my back. Like let's say like we're boxing and you're hitting me. The Philly shell works because I'm actually exposing my back, but I'm kind of flaring my elbows so that my back is less exposed. But I'm basically sacrificing a degree of posture and back exposure to regain control of the center. And it's like the same thing like in wrestling. Like if like balance is the same thing as posture. Like at the end of the day, like if you like let's say like you're hand fighting, you kind of like get me like off the court hand fight and like just like hand fight like 5%. Just hand fight 5%. So like hand fight 25%. So you see how like I kind of let him get one up on me? And in order to not get immediately taken down, I have to sacrifice my posture. My head's kind of out of position. I'm crouched down. And it's like, I'm sort of like his successful attacks, while no attack has been preeminently successful enough to change the dynamic fundamentally, I have had to sacrifice both balance in terms of my stature and balance in terms of my my posture in order to prevent immediate loss. And that's the same principle as if I were to allow him to take me down in order to prevent submission. It's basically like you can sacrifice components of any of these principles. You can attack any of these principles. Like if I, it's like, cause you think like head, hands, and hips are fundamentally what defends you. It's like in order to take him down, I have to compromise his head position, his hand position, and his hip position. If I don't compromise those things, then I won't be able to take him down. So fundamentally, like how do I compromise your head position? I compromise your head position by flanking you. That's how I compromise your head position. How do I compromise?
And head position is literally just maintaining head on head. I mean, this is neutral. When I get my head on the inside of his head, this is my advantage, and he has to roll it back. But that is what the head position should be. So by altering that, that's what we mean by attacking the head.
There's also like pin. Like I can like pin his arm to my chest, establishing like flank. I get like, there's all these sorts of things, but it's like a good way to think about this is we're actually gonna reason backward from right here, because honestly, I think we're literally discovering a whole language, and I want to be able to talk about it. But in order for us to talk about it, we have to get better enough that we can actually drill these sequences to the point where we can discuss principles, and then go out and test these principles at open mats. But to do that, we have to not get injured, and we have to like get in really good shape, because a lot of like being successful at jiu-jitsu is just being able to anticipate things, having good offense, which you both have, having good defense, being able to escape, and then being in good enough shape to do that, which is why a lot of black belts keep winning, because they have the movements down and they practice the movements on people all the time, so they get really good at them. But if you just practice them on your own and get the same amount of mat hours in per day.
Okay, so why don't we go over the solo drills right now then? We have like 40 minutes left.
Okay, so that's what we're doing. But I wanted to like go into like the principles for this, because the principles, it's even like, because it's like boxing. It's like this is all like all this fighting stuff goes together. It's like even when I'm like posts, like a post is like a punch, like my post beating him, timing, punches, takedowns. These things are all very connected. We can show that. Like I don't think fighting exists in a vacuum. I think
we should start with the video, because I think a lot of people. I mean,
no,
me watching it, and I watch it, I'm like, oh, I've seen Devin's other content. He's obviously great at jiu-jitsu. Let me just see what the fuck the solo drills are. Where are they?
No, we'll get to the solo. No, it doesn't matter though, because we'll get to that. We can just start the next video with like showing the solo drills. But it's like I have to like I have to get you up to speed, and I'm still getting you up to speed, and kind of like how I reason this. Because even let's say once we get good at the solo drills, there's a lot of the solo drills. The solo drills become the currency of. No, I'm not gonna let you completely break my posture. Okay, so here's another principle. If he completely breaks my posture, I have no defense. Because again, I can. I mean, I can literally sacrifice, watch this, I can sacrifice posture to create movement. I sacrifice posture, I create space. I sacrifice, create space. I'm shifting angle. I create shift, I shift. I'm on top. I sacrifice the angle. And now I can, like, he's coming into the armbar, I put my head through, I put my head through, I pull my arm out, and now he's on bottom and I hit him that way. But basically, once you actually get to the solo drills, so the solo drills are just basically like, I'm on my back in this position. I shrimp. Like, what does this mean? You know, he pins me. I shrimp other side. I cannot shrimp, so I bridge and then shrimp. I cannot bridge and then shrimp, so I kind of bridge and then I bridge other side and then shrimp. I can't do that. I can't do that, exactly. So I sunrise and then bridge and then kind of have bridge and then shrimp. And then it's like all just working on getting things in, because then they overcommit and then they come in and push again. It's like, from there, there's decisions you can make. And one of the things that guides the decisions is, don't let your opponent touch your face with his hands. Like, if he could touch my face with his hands, then he can apply force to my face, which increases his ability to injure me. And there's other things like, you can escape pretty much a lot of submissions in jiu-jitsu by giving up your back more. So it becomes like defending the back and defending like the pin. Like, I can escape.
Yeah, once I'm on your back, I can pretty easily touch your face. If I don't, because I lose control.
Yeah, exactly. So then you have to get good at that, escaping these things. So let's just so we can get to the solo drills. But basically,
the solo drills are top, bottom, bottom, and then also the movement ones for neutral.
Okay, so let's say you're on top of me in side control. So I'm here, I've got my reasonable frames in place, he's got his side control on, so like...
You don't really have the elbow down.
Well, you don't really have the elbow down, but this is... I have the elbow down. I mean, this is some, like, a typical position you'd end up in an actual match. It's like, I'm not completely compromised, he's not completely dominant. So we're kind of fighting from here, because, like, I can always concede this position. Like, this is sort of the thing, like, I would rather be here than in an ankle lock. You know what I mean? Like, if he's gonna if it's a choice between an ankle lock and side control, I'm taking side control. So I'll force him to take side control and escape side control. And that's basically the observation: is all grapplers and all people at jiu-jitsu are really good at putting you in side control. So if your skill begins in side control, like if you have the most number of hours starting moving from this position, you're going to be in a really good position, because
people use submissions as a threat in order to get the position they want. But if you're willing to give up the position because once you get to a position down the line, you're just really good and you can get out, then it makes it a lot easier, because you're like, oh, I have a couple hundred hours practicing escaping from side control, which means I can just let people get me to side control, then I'll just escape from side control. But I'll give them a little bit of resistance. I'll burn them out along the way.
Exactly, that's the thing. And you can even keep people right in the cusp of
so should we do all the drills from escaping the rear naked or escaping mount?
We're gonna work up to that, but we're only gonna work up to those positions as they emerge from side control. Because again, this is based on trying to win the ADCC. So if we started from the back, like we started this project from him having my back and me escaping the back, then that would mean I would have to give up my back in order to be really good. But I don't want to give up my back. Like, I think that is a bad idea. So it's like, if you basically concede that, like, you have to start somewhere, it's like, where are we starting in terms of, like, jiu-jitsu? It's like, let's say we start in neutral. It's like, I think starting in neutral is, we're going to do a lot of work in neutral, but I want to do work in neutral such that if neutral goes south, I can do, like, I can't, like, it's going to be hard to submit people from neutral because people can just sit down. I mean, that's a really good point. It's like, people can just sit down. It's like, the only position that you really can't avoid in jiu-jitsu is, like, a top pin. Like, if I just literally, like, let's say, like, we engage, and you literally go to take me down, and the second you touch me, I just descend into a diamond like this. Whoops. Like the second you touch me, I just go like this. It's like you're gonna have a really hard. You know what I mean? Like all your practice is submitting people from neutral. You can't submit me now because this isn't neutral. But let's say you have a ton of practice submitting people from top. Well, then you can. No, then you can. If you have a ton of practice submitting people from top, then you can start working. So it's really about the fact that, like, if I can, like, okay, if you can't pin me, then you can't tire me out. If you can't tire me out, you can't submit me. If you can't tire me out and submit me, then I'm going to be able to keep coming after you. If I can keep coming after you, I'm going to figure out how to take you down. If I figure out how to take you down, or you just concede top position, I'm going to cook you. If I cook you, you're going to get tired. If you get tired, I'm going to submit you. And that's basically that's like how jiu-jitsu works. And these solo drills are basically like the foundation of that. I mean, there's a reason they teach you the bridge and shrimp, but people don't develop them to the utmost degree. So if you get back on top of me in this position, like this is the one position that I can always get to. Basically, like no matter how big the guy is, no matter how strong the guy is, no matter how skilled the guy is, I can always basically get here. Like I can always like be like, okay, like you took me down, but you didn't completely submit me, and I'm here. Like I'm pinned. And I'm taken down.
Until he hops into mount in 2 seconds. But.
Yeah, like if you hop into mount, but then it's like, and then it's a survival game. And there's other things. I mean, like, yeah, obviously mounts will work, but mount's the same thing. Like I can, again, like I can work other escapes from mount. Like you need to, but in order to mount me effectively, you need the underhook. I mean, like get a mount without the underhook. Go for it. Okay, you've mounted me without the underhook. Now,
yeah, I don't really have a mount.
Now submit me. Submit me. You've mounted me without the underhook. Mount without the underhook. So you have to get the underhook. Like if you can't get the underhook, you haven't really passed my guard.
You only really have like even a triangle.
Also,
I could Ezekiel
wait, get down. This is another principle.
I can Ezekiel you, but
I can use my hands to defend. I can just use my hands to defend, and then I can roll. I can bridge and roll. You know what I mean? It's like, well,
I can keep if I get your hands down here though.
Because I mean, if you're here, mount, and I'm trying to Ezekiel you, just roll me. That was easy. I mean, it's like if I can't exert force into, if I can't separate his upper and lower body. Like that's another thing. Like from neutral, actually getting neutral quickly. This is another principle of jiu-jitsu. It's like if you can separate people from their power. Like I know exactly. It's annoying. Like if I get here and I can pick you up. Now that I picked you up, I have control because I separate you from the ground. But there's other. Let's get back. Get back on bottom, I'll show you this. So, another principle of this style of jiu-jitsu is, again, let's say I'm in top side control, but I have the underhook. My goal is literally just like, I'm just going to pin him from here, and I'm going to try to apply my lat to his body and tire him out. I mean, like, he's going to be trying to get, so actually, this is fine. Like, if he gets locked down, I have to immediately come here, shoulder in, and then kick, and then go past. If he comes here, he loves doing this, but he always just gives me freaking top. You always just give me the crucifix. But, you know, go for it, hit that move, go for it.
You're doing slow.
Grab my leg, just take it, here. See, I just give him things, because I know what's coming. Yeah, you avoided the top crucifix. That's the point, though, so.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. But basically, from side control, so if I have the underhook from side control, I almost don't care what he does, because I'm not going to try to pass here. I'm just going to try to cook him. And like get him tired and fuck with his head and stuff.
And I
can just rest. And I'll just rest here. Because, again, let's say he wants to disengage.
No, that's why I'm showing my pinky and your arms up.
So then you're doing stuff, though. But I'm saying, like, if he wants to disengage. No, I'm saying, like, let's say I had a jiu-jitsu match against like a high-level guy. And like I end up here early in the match, I'm not gonna feel any pressure to pass. I'm just gonna be chilling, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna be here. Maybe I come here and put my shoulder in his face a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I get back step. There's other things I can do, but basically,
feel for the nerve under the armpit.
Wait, stop, Jason. We're doing something. I mean, I can feel for the nerves in your armpits too, in your neck, and I can like fucking hitting you in the face. Like this is a fight. The reason for this is a fight. I got the underhook. I'm fucking having like this is fine. Again, it's like he needs to escape. So it's like it's hard for him actually. It's actually harder for him to escape half guard with the underhook. Like if I get a really devastating top half guard, it's harder to escape that than it is to escape side control. So you could only ever enter into dominant half guards. Like never let the lure.
Get it?
This is what I mean. Like
get the underhook though.
This is what I'm saying with like
it's harder for me to escape this
than side control. It's actually harder. Yeah. I mean, just feel it.
Why do I necessarily need to escape this? You're not doing anything, do I?
Okay, but like, imagine that's 240 pounds. Like,
this is I would be 240 pounds.
No, you wouldn't be. I'm just saying, like, we're talking about principles of fighting here. It's like half guard. Like, it's all about decision making. Like, in order to win fights, you have to have good decision making.
Look, the knee out. Conscious side. Bring this up into the feet. Twist it away under the chin. That's fine. Yeah, but now my breathing's fine. I'll chill here.
But I'm still on top, though. So if I maintain this for an hour, it's like, again, if he's fresh and I'm not, like right now we're both fresh, but it's like if I just sit here for like an hour.
You're going to burn your forearms up, man, because I got frames.
I'm not using any arm. This is no arm. This is just, like my hand's just there. I'm not even doing anything. Like, I don't even know if I need that on your, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? It's like, so he's starting to feel it a little bit. But this isn't the point. The point is, I'm just saying, like, if you're going, like, I'm not a freak of nature like some people are. Like, I mean, I am kind of a freak of nature. I actually have, like, my vertebrae are, like, twice the diameter they should be. But, like, there are people who are, like, way bigger freaks of nature than me out there. So, like...
diameter, not circumference.
Yeah. It's diameter. That's why they were so freaked out. But basically, I think at CT scan, they were like, wow, I guess it's fine. Well, you mutant. But basically, so I am kind of a freak in nature in terms of like, I am stronger than like pretty much, but I train a lot, I train well, you know. Who knows, you know? Like there are people out there who are like Andre the Giant though. It's like, let's say it's like Andre the Giant. There are people like I've like gone with just monsters, like really skilled. It's like, let's say you have side control or like someone has you in side control and you go to like get out of side control and you go into half guard. Don't necessarily do that unless there's certain conditions met in terms of upper body control. Like do not enter into half guard until you completely control the upper body, because this is a thing, like experienced people, they have really good decision making. Like they'll be like let's say like we're in side control. You have your frames in place, and I'm like, oh, and like, so this is a good position for you. And then let's say like I start going like this. Oh, perfect. And now I just come down to here. And now you're just not getting up. Like before you were going to get up. Like you were going to stand up on me. I felt it. You were strong. You had energy. I was getting tired.
But you don't underhooks.
Yeah, you were going to stand up. Like, so we're here.
You don't have the underhook now.
No, exactly. Your leg. No, so this is exactly the trick. This is the trick. I'm glad you said it. So I don't have upper body control on you right now. I just take my leg. Like take it and take the bait. Just take the bait. Now here's the kicker. You've attached your hips to mine and can no longer disengage. And I'm on top. So you do have more control in some ways, but control is different. Like, this is what I mean. Like people like think control is just connection. They're like, oh, I've connected to you more. Isn't this good? And it's like, not necessarily. Because if my goal isn't to pass, my goal is just to stay on top. I can actually stay on top better from half guard because you can't retract your leg now. And it's like, you can do all this stuff, but you could have done that same move better from side control because you'd be able to move. You see, like, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, because, and this is the thing, like, people will be like, oh no, and then it's like, he's like, so let's say Jason's a submission artist here. He's like, I'm gonna submit everyone, I'm gonna win ADCC. This guy comes out 1,000,000 miles an hour, takes him down. Jason surrenders side control, like I taught him to do, you know? He then gives the leg. The guy just spends the entire match here, and Jason can never get the leg out. Like, it's essentially a turked leg.
Do that?
It's a turked leg. People have done that. It's a thing. Like, because this is essentially a turked leg. Like, you actually can't. Now you have to disengage this. You don't have to if you only want to roll. Like, if he wants to just bridge into me and roll, he doesn't need to do that. But he's essentially, by attaching that leg, he's limited his options. So this is why the style of jiu-jitsu I focuses on just basically, again, it's also practice constraints. I can't spend a lot of time focusing on just half guard because I don't have a partner who's just at my house I can train with. When my daughter and I started playing jiu-jitsu games where she tries to touch my face and I try to put her in triangles, and that's like adorable. Can you come over here?
Yeah, like 10 minutes.
Okay. So basically though, let's say get on top of me in side control. Like, get on top of me in the drill position. So let's say, like, we're here. My goal from here is actually, this is actually what I want to talk about, is my goal from here, because this is the purpose of the solo drills. Because we're talking about, like, defending the center. So my goal from here isn't to establish guard. My goal from here is technically to get to turtle. Because I believe, and I've done a lot of practice with this, my body type is, and I think his as well, potentially, is better suited to turtle. At least, like, my temperament, too, is better suited to turtle. If you have longer limbs and a shorter torso, you're going to favor guard. And you're also going to favor top pin positions. I have a longer torso and shorter limbs, so I favor the back. I favor turtle. I don't like being pinned. Like, if you mount me with underhooks, that's effing awful for me. Like, that's like my worst position, is being mounted with underhooks. I hate knee on belly. People get that on me. Like, that sucks. Try to leg lock me and armbar me all day. That's great. Like, those, like, because I have shorter limbs. But if you pin me down, like, that sucks. Whereas I found people with longer limbs, if you pin them down, it doesn't really matter because they just use their frames. Their limbs are so long that when they do this, you're just so far away from them that you can't do anything. But if you take their back, their limbs are so long that they can't get them back, and you're inside all their frames, and then you can just strangle it really easy. So when it's tall people with long limbs, I literally just take their back. Like, I won't pin them. I only want to take their back. Against people who have long limbs and long torsos, I try to submit them in movement. This is, you have to know how to submit people. This is like kind of like how you do it, because you have to know what you're aiming for. It's different against different people. Like, against someone with, like, short limbs, short torso, I want to pin him down, like, with my knee, and, like, pin his arm down, and then, like, break his arm, like, one arm at a time, you know what I mean? Against someone with my type of build, I would pin him down and mount. Against someone with, like, long limbs, short torso, I would take his back. Against someone who has long limbs, long torso, I would submit him when he was off balance. I would off balance him by moving better than him, because his body, it's harder to move a larger body fluidly. But everyone's vulnerable to neck attacks pretty equally. So that's, again, a nice human universal, is like leg attack. Neck attacks are universally accessible. Is it over, or how much time we got left? How much time?
Like 9 minutes, maybe.
Oh, that's fine. So we get the rest of this done, and then that'll be, and then we can.
It's like at 9%, so I'm like.
That's fine. So we just cut out.
Is it actually 9%? Is it not going to be 9%?
I feel you. This is good though, because we get more of this done. I'm just trying to, like, articulate this, because it's good to have us all in some place. Because I literally can only get this down by just working on jiu-jitsu all the time and journaling about it all the time. And then it's like I never have the whole thing articulated. So then it's like if I stop doing jiu-jitsu all the time, I kind of forget about it, and then I have to do it again for like 3 years before I get back on the track of, like, this optimal jiu-jitsu I'm now sharing with you. But I'm also sharing it with you because articulating it makes me better at it. So get on top. So my thing is, for my body type, I am better at turtle. So I'm just gonna.
So why don't you go straight to turtle then? Why do you go to
the bottom side?
Yeah.
Because from turtle, I am vulnerable to rear nakeds. Like, you can catch rear nakeds and stuff.
You're gonna go. So why would you go from bottom side to turtle then?
why would I go from, because I can basically defend everything by pinning myself. Like let's say get me in like a guillotine, like get me in like a partial guillotine. So he's getting me a guillotine. You see, so I could defend the guillotine by pinning myself. So now I've defended the guillotine. Even if I don't stay here for very long, I can then hop in here, and then I can come up. And you see how I'm kind of like almost partially internal. And the reason is because like if you come in, start attacking me. So if I go to turtle defends my center better, which helps me. Like this, honestly, I prefer here. And then I can initiate a lot of attacks better. I can initiate dominant forms of closed guard. Wait, get off. Like get on turtle again. I want to show like other things I can do. So if I'm in turtle, I can just like go into these other solo drills where I do sit outs and stuff. There's a whole bunch of sit outs I have. If I like also like get on top in turtle or like, so like, let's say like I'm in turtle, like I can also like just start like I can like hook an arm or something and just roll, or even like as I'm rolling I come into like a dominant foreign guard, I push you off, and then you see like I come into a foreign guard, I push him off, and then I come up to stand up from here. Like I can always get back to neutral. So my goal is to get back to neutral and avoid being pinned down. So from close guard, like if he just comes into my close guard, and this is the thing about close guard that sucks. Like I mean, you look at like Jacare versus Roger Gracie, if you want to see the ultimate failure of close guard. I mean, why do I favor turtle? You want to know why I fucking favor turtle? Because Jacare versus Roger Gracie, Jacare held down Roger Gracie in his close guard, and it's like if I can hold you, like from close guard, I can be held down. Like Roger Gracie couldn't submit Jacare, and I'm looking at that and I'm like, there's just no way I'm ever gonna have a better close guard than Roger Gracie. And if Jacare, if it didn't work, like it just didn't work. Like it was like literally like there's like the failure of close guard is if he's not trying to pass, I can't do anything. This is entirely a reactionary position. The only thing I can do if he's not trying to pass is basically like
Open your legs.
Open my legs, but I can also like I establish some sort of head like arm position. Like I get like a stiff arm, and then from here I can like try to disengage. The only thing I do is try to disengage, but while I'm doing that, I could be eating punches if this was a fight. So it's like I prefer honestly, and this is philosophical. So get on top side control, and this is the spirit in which I do these solo drills. Is and I want to like convey this to him so we can both do them, and then I can like show him the top attacks while he's doing the drills. He can work the top, and then he can work those on me while I do the drills, and then we can use that to improve our ability to do the drills, which will ultimately, because we can also just do the drills for like hours, and then say if I can do these drills for like an hour at full speed, shadow wrestling.
There's like 5 minutes left. You want to show the drill?
I am showing the drill. The drill is the understanding. Like, the drill is the fact that I'm enabling you to get better at jiu-jitsu without getting injured from the luxury of your home. I mean, it's a way of thinking about it. Like, it's not a freaking movement. If you want a freaking movement that's going to magically enable you to defeat all attackers, there's a wonderful, like, Kung Fu DVD. You can use your mind to stun people. No, this isn't that. This is real fucking martial arts. And this is, there's more thinking that goes into these movements than anything else. There's a whole series of physical training that goes into making this even work. It's very complicated, but the essence of it is from here, I'm just looking for the easiest way out. So the easiest way out right now is to just push myself out from underneath him. So I'm just going to do that. Okay, so he moves up here. And like now he shifts his weight there. So let me see, I can maybe push him up this way. If he overcommits at all, the whole point is if he ever overcommits and I have better timing than him and I recognize that, I win. So it's all a series of movements. Like this is why grappling works. So he goes there. So if he goes there, I would honestly just come in and frame, and then I would get up on my side. From my side, there's now room under here, and I can connect my knee and elbow. Once my knee and elbow are connected, you have to break the knee-elbow connection to apply any sort of force to my center, so now I've escaped. And now I can move. The whole point is just to establish movement. So now I'm not going to try to get up, though, immediately, because then I'd leave, then I would open. Let's say I try to get up. Oh, here's my head. Ba-boom. So again, it's like I'm trying to not, rush anything. Like, and this is like the whole point of the drill. Like when I'm doing the drill, I'm feeling like, and this is like, I'll show the drills now. So I'll just show the drills because this is really like how it works. So like one of the drills is just rolling. Like my back hurts, you know, like I do a lot of shit. My back fucking hurts. So I'm like, what do babies do? Because like their backs are born weak and then they get strong enough to be people. And then like Bruce Lee rehabbed his back by doing back bridges, and wrestlers do back bridges. And it's like, you know what I mean? I'm like, I think back bridges have something to do with people getting stronger because babies, Bruce Lee, and wrestlers all do them. So it's like, I'm like, okay. So I'm just laying here and I'm like, imagine I'm just trying to like roll over. I'm like, okay, well, what upper body posture should I have? So I'm kind of like just playing. I just kind of feel, you know, like I'm feeling how my body rolls. So now I'm kind of rolling. I don't really know how I've arrived here. And then I just kind of start. And then sometimes I'm using momentum. And then I can just throw in like a push. But I just feel, you know, I'm trying to just get this throughout the day. Like, I'm like, okay. Like, if I'm here, you know, I'm here, you're pinning me, and I go this, now you're going to have to pin me again. So now you're pinning me all over you. You're shoving my shoulders on the mat. Oh, no. Whoa. I guess I rolled you over. Unless you have absolutely perfect balance. So then when I do the first one, you do it to repin me. Oh, no, you're repinning me. And then I come again, like at bridge and perfect balance. And then here, now you have to repin. And it's like, does the bridge get you? Does the shrimp get you? Do I get a frame in place? Because if I extend a frame, that's like another level of extending a guard. And then I can extend from a frame to a post. And from a post, I can put a knee in place. And from a knee, I can move my knee and shuck you down. And I take your back. And this is the language we're starting to speak. So when I'm doing these drills, I'm just kind of feeling. Like, I'm like, okay, I'm here. I start here. Okay, let's say I'm here. So I'm like, okay. And I just try to really feel it. Like, I try to, like, feel the crushing pressure. Because it's, again, I'm like, I want to be able to... So actually, I probably shouldn't practice from the frickin'... This is a good realization. I shouldn't practice from the sunrise because I never want to be there, you know? I'll work that, and then I'll work other individual things if I start getting stuck there in live rolls and open mats. And I'll let you guys know how that all goes. But this enables me a basis of practice. So I can basically get to the point, like my goal right now, because this could die in a moment, my goal right now is to get to the point, and I'm pretty much at that point where I can just do these drills every day. Like I can have the fitness to the point where I can spend time doing this every day. And I'm just getting better at the movements. So I'm trying to get good at the movements because I'm not good enough at the movements yet to the point where I can practice the movements for anything like fitness. Because at some point, I'm going to want to from here and then come here, from here, sit out, switch, move in. And then there's like ways entering on single legs. But at the end of the day, I'm also practicing moving from this posture, moving here. Another solo drill I like to hit is like a neutral one where I come in. So like, let's say like you're coming in to tie up with me. I move down. If you don't move down, let's take your leg. You move down. I move in again. You move in again. Grab, arm drag, double. And just getting fluidity at these. You start coming in. I mean, like let's say like you start coming in. Fake snap down here. Moving and single, and just practicing different ways of shooting the single here, moving through these sorts of positions. You pin me, push, and then it's like now I'm moving. And now you have to follow me, and I'm not conceding positions. Now you start hanging your head. I grab your head, you move. I'm on top. Now I can get into my top drills. I think that's